Yo, what's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Senior, man. Give you the OMFL News After Dark. We just over here click-clacking away, and man, there's been some interesting news coming out of the OMFL community, as we now have OMFL Media Days. And get into my Discord real quick. Let's get into this Discord real quick and see what's lacking on some of this information that Mr. Nate was so awesome to give us. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. So it looks like the first string of media days have been selected. So media days for this week, the members were Smash, Den, Brute, and Trey, some really good owners. The next one is coming up is going to be Shocks, Roger, and Win. One of us is now back in the OMFL after the stint of running his own show for his own league that he was running. But then you got Outlaw, the following one, the following after that one. Then you're gonna have the third one that they have scheduled. It's gonna be Outlaw, Bill, and Priest are gonna be on the media days. Yeah, man, let me know in the comments what y'all think about this, man. Are you excited about this content, or is this something that you fellas will eventually screw up? Man, I'll be right back after this, man. Peace. Yeah. Hey, what's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Senior, man. And you know what? Let's do a little something here. Let me get a little something here. You know, as you know, I do the OMFL news right before the press pass live. And of course, I'm supposed to talk about all the things going on OMFL. But you know what, man? We got a lot more than just some motherfucking Madden going on in the okay? We got a lot of content going on. Got the media days that was just introduced. It actually happened this morning around 8 a.m. Some more stuff that's going on. It looks like one of us has been, one of our members here, he's actually been pumping out, some NHL content, just to talk about that a little bit. And then, of course, something else that just happened a couple days ago, you had EA's Play Live, or whatever they were calling it. It just showcased a few of their games. You had Battlefield talked about. They even had a new mode in Battlefield introduced. Another game that was introduced right off top was Grid Legends, because now EA and Codemaster are now partnered up together to give you some additional racing content, which means now EA now has some form of ownership in the licensees of some of those cars and vehicles, of course. But yeah, then they also finished everything off. They finished everything off with Dead Space. Looks like there's going to be a new Dead Space coming down the pike. So that's, that's stuff going on out of the EA realm. But you know what, man? I'm going to go ahead and cut to a break. Come right back after this, man. We're going to talk about some more stuff going on in the world. All right, man. It's your boy, Brady. Peace. Alright, man, what's good? Welcome back, everybody, man. It's your boy Brady Senior, man. I am just getting my stuff situated, man, because we getting ready to talk about the grown folks OC.com website that houses a lot of our content. And I'm, just going through the website, trying to show some of the leagues and whatnot. And but yeah, man, if you get over to the Grown Folks OC.com and check out everything. Of course, it talks about all the leagues, the forums, of course, the posts, members. You register, you can join us. Our partners, but it looks like right now, the site is under construction because some of the links are working, some of the links aren't. But anyway, yeah, man, if you get over there, man, there's a lot of news coming down the pipe. It shows a lot of our leagues that we offer, and and right now, one of the biggest things that that's going on right now is our fundraiser, man. A lot of the content that we put out, a lot of the swag that you can get, OMFL t-shirts, cups, mugs, hats, you name it. Oh my God. There's a lot of things that you can get, but giving to the community, man, helps us continue its longevity, and a lot of the great things that we hand out, prizes and stuff like that wise. But other than that, man, yeah, dude, just swing on over to the website, man, check it out. But I'm getting ready to click clack on these forums real quick, see what's popping right now. And there's not a whole lot going on just yet. There's a Madden Ballers Club, there's the TFL, Around the Gridiron, also known as the ATG, the Deuce League, you got the Grown Folks Baseball League, there's also the Golf Association, there's a wrestling, there's also a soccer club, a NASCAR league, and then there's a coach mode. And then they also have a PUBG joint as well. So I would honestly, say, definitely get over there, man, and check us out. Because there's a league for just about everybody, man. That's housed on the website. Who knows, man? You might find something that you like. Plus, they talk about a little bit of everything. If I can get back over to the Discord, I can tell you, once you're a part of the community, once you're a part of the community, man, some of the things that they actually have that you can participate in. Grown Folk Online community, man. There's the spiritual health, mental health, physical health. You also got the food, beer channel. You got the custom gifts going on. And then, of course, you got our Twitter feed. So, man, it's your boy, Brady Sr., man. I'll be right back after this. Yay! What's good, man, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Brady Sr., man, back at it again with the OMFL News After Dark Extended. Anyway, man, so peep this out, man. Something I'm doing a little different, man. Trying to give you guys some different content. Let's talk wrestling. Currently, some big pay-per-views just happened. Let's look at some of the current champions. Let's go all elite wrestling real quick. Looks like Kenny Omega is still the AEW World Champion. Miro is the AEW TNT Champion. Then you have Britt Baker is the Women's Champ. And the Young Bucks still hold the crown for Tag Team Champions. I think they've been holding that damn thing for way too fucking long, to be honest with you. I think they've been holding the championship since AEW came out. What's up, kiddo? Let's go over to the WWE here. Looks like Roman Reigns is still the champ. Bobby Lashley is so you got this Universal Champion is Reigns. The WWE Champion is Lashley. Looks like Nikki just stole the Raw Women's title. And then, of course, Bianca Belair, she's the SmackDown Women's Champ. You got Apollo Crews, the Intercontinental Champion. Apollo Crews is the Intercontinental Champ. Then you got Sheamus as the United States Champion. Then you got tag titles for right now at Raw. Looks like they go to AJ Styles and Almost. I think that's what they're saying. The Usos have finally fallen in line with the head of the table, Roman Reigns, and locked down the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Women's tag titles are Natalya and Tamina. And then the new 24/7 champ is Reginald. So it's a lot of stuff going on, man. You can get over to those websites, man, and look for yourself at the NXT and NXT UK champs. But man, tell me what you think of both products, man. Like you AEW or you WWE, or if you neither, and you rather pick up something else like some UFC or some PPL. But other than that, man, we'll be right back after this, man. Peace. Hey, what's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Senior, man, with the OMFL News After Dark. And yeah, man, let's welcome back to my off the cuff edition. But anywho, man, let's go ahead and talk Olympics here, man. Top 5 medal count, because as you know, there's been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff in the news about Miss Biles. And something I'll go ahead and say, being a person that's dealt with mental illness myself, take all the time you need, Miss Mel. With all the gold medals you've won and world championships you've won, bruh, can't nobody tell you absolutely nothing. You could take off the next 7 years and still be the most decorated gymnast and gold medal representative for the United States of all time. But anyway, moving along, top 5 from the Tokyo Games as it stands right now, the medal count. China number 1 with 22 gold, 13 silver, 12 bronze, for a total of 47 medals. U.S. in second with 52. They trail China with by 3 in the gold medal count. They have 20 silver, and then they have 13 bronze, followed by Japan, 30 medal count with 17 gold, 5 silver, 8 bronze. Then of course you have Australia in 4th with 30 count as well, with 13 gold, 3 silver, and 14 bronze. And then 5th place goes to the ROC with 38 medals, 11 gold, 15 silver, and 12 bronze. Let me know in the comments, man, what you guys think about the current slate of Olympic Games and how you think we will fare if we're going to end up on top. But other than that, man, this is your boy Brady Senior, man, giving you the OMFL News After Dark, giving you something a little different, man. But we'll be right back after this. We're going to wrap this bad boy up to send it on over to Nate in the Press Pass Live. Peace. Yeah. What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Senior, man, giving you the OMFL News After Dark. And if you made it this far into the show, as you know, we getting ready to send this bad boy over to the Press Pass Live hosted by Nate. And I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information here real quick. So, of course, you can get over to EA Sports website under the Madden 22 ratings, and you can get a slew of everything from the 99 Club all the way across to wide receivers. I even think they even have some stuff out now on the defensive side of the ball. But anywho, I just wanted to kind of give you guys just, my little spin on it. And of course, let's talk about the 99 Club. Looks like we have my boy Patrick Mahomes is going to be a 99. Jalen Ramsey, a.k.a. the former Duval corner. He got his 99 card. Travis Kelce has got his 99 card. It looks like Aaron Donald got delivered his 99 overall swag. Devontae Adams got his 99 swag from the Ely folks. Then it looks like, but that was just some of the ones that they highlighted. I'm not sure if there's a list out there that shows multiple, but those are your 99 club members for this upcoming game. And then let's jump right on over here real quick to some official team ratings. Out of the 32 teams, the top dog out the gate is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It looks like they have the top rating of 92. Let's see. We also have. Give you a top five. Top five. It goes overall rating goes to Tampa 92, Kansas City 90, Packers 89, Ravens 88, and it looks like Cleveland Browns is 87. The worst squad on the list is the New York Jets at 72 overall. They have a 72 overall. Looks like they have a 74 offense and a 69 defense. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's a 74 off defense, 69 offense. Yeah, trouble in paradise. All right, but let me know in the comments what you think about these ratings, man. But other than that, dude, man, it has been real. Thank you guys for rolling with me as you get ready to slide on over to the Press Pass Live. We'll hit you with some more content next week. It's your boy Brady. Sending you out of here. PPP. I'm out, bitches.
This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to OMFL Media Days, day number 5 plus a Press Pass Live when we are all finished. You are not here to hear me talk. You are here to hear our coaches talk. So let's get right over there right now and let's get ready for it. All right, let me welcome in my first guest, who I am just really happy that he is back. This guy was our scheduling board member for a long time, decided to give Madden 21 a break, and became a big piece of our PUBG community, and we are blessed to be able to have him back. Let me welcome in the brand new coach of the Eagles, Coach Kevin. He knows nothing about his team, but we're going to put him on the spot anyway tonight. Coach Kevin, welcome back. This is a massive big fish that you have in your hand. Also, not what I expected, because I've heard your voice for quite some time. This photo makes me very scared of you. You look like an offensive lineman. Let me give it to you, though, for some opening statements about your Eagles in Madden 22.
Just got to get them a lot younger in some areas. They got some young pieces. I've seen they drafted a wide receiver. A quarterback, I don't know if he's got a new.
Did we lose you? Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you're back now. We
Yeah,
lost you there
oh,
for a
okay.
couple of seconds.
And then, you added him in the division with Pepper, Dwayne, and what is it, Rob has the Redskins? Or was it Washington football team now? So it should be a fun one.
All of this energy from Kevin. I've heard way more energy from Kevin during PUBG, so I have faith he's going to pick it up. Coach, I'm just giving you a hard time. Kevin, what do you think? I know that you just took this team back over and you haven't really had a chance to dig at them. The Eagles were not a great team in Madden 21 underneath their coach, but they did have some of the most epic drafts that we've ever seen, and I think you got your hands on some pretty good imports that you can bring over. What excites you the most about the Philadelphia Eagles in Madden 22?
Yeah, right over that middle linebacker. That'd be pretty exciting to use. I used to use their safety. I don't know if they have a good safety now. I'd bounce between safety and middle linebackers. That'd be pretty exciting. I'd be excited to try out that quarterback.
What makes you most nervous about the Eagles, or what are you kind of most concerned about moving into Madden 22?
I mean, they're a little bit older on the defensive side. They got the
I think we lost you again.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now you're back.
Oh, stupid thing. No, it was scary. Disappointed. I just got to get him younger in some areas, build him up. Don't know quarterback in. I know he's young. I just hope he's got throwing power. I read something about he's not the strongest arm, so that'll be definitely a day one, first season tryout for him. And if it don't work out, I'll have to draft one. And then just building the offensive and defensive line to stop the run, because being in the same division as Dwayne and Pepper, they both know how to run, and they both have elite running backs.
Yeah, you're throwing yourself in the deep end of a tough division. Coach Kevin, you were a guy, if I remember correctly, that was never afraid to make moves back in Madden 20. What moves do you think you're going to need to make right out of the box with your team?
Shoot, I used to never trade. When I had the Dolphins, I held on to them people like they were my precious. But no, I mean, I have a decision of either I want to trade my older guys and have a rough few seasons to build a really good team, or be in the win now and try and put pieces together for to win the first few seasons, because Fletcher Cox isn't young. They got quite a few older dudes that are good. So my choice either be trade them to build for the future or try and ride it out this season. I didn't play last round, so I don't know how the new regression is. If they regress like past rounds, where it's like after 30, it's just a downhill slump and they're worthless, or if it's they keep up playing at a high level, they keep their rating.
Yeah, it's definitely not as bad as it used to be. Coach Kevin, I want to talk about kind of your coaching style. You've taken a year off. A two-part question. Number one, how are you going to shake off some of the Madden rust? And then, I don't know why I keep hitting my little table. I'm sorry. How are you going to shake off the Madden rust? And number two, how does your play style going to connect with these Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, I know that their offensive line is built for a run first, and I used to be a pass first. Then towards the end of my previous Madden, I got more into the run first, and I had those elite running backs. You can get that really good running game. It opens up the passing a lot more, so you make less mistakes. Because if you just go out straight gunslinger, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna throw interceptions. And in this division, you can't do that. Wayne will make you pay. Pepper will make you pay. Rob will make you pay. If you make mistakes, you're gonna get behind, and that's the end of it.
This is going to be a fun division. I can't wait to see you get some of that ring rust knocked off and you guys all start going at it. It should be a ton of fun. Kevin, thank you for taking some time out of your night. I know I had to twist your arm a little bit to get you on here, but I'm glad that you were able to do it. Thank you to come talk to us about your brand new Eagles. I know that you will learn more about them, and we will have you back on. So I can't wait to see what the Eagles do in Madden 22. That's going to bring up my next guy, whose photo also I cannot wait to share, because not what I imagined. I was expecting about a 300-pound defensive tackle mafia guy who's like sitting at a poker table with a little shot of rum on the side, smoking a big old fat cigar. Instead, we got this, good looking, handsome, a little bit of the silver fox thing going on here in the beard. Welcoming in Coach Beal. Coach Beal, thank you for being here tonight. Let me give it to you for some opening statements about your brand new team. You were there, I think, and then you went to the New York Giants. And now you're back in Seattle. Talk about the Seattle Seahawks in Madden 22.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm excited for Madden 22. I came back as the Falcons in Madden 21 for a year, and then went over to the Colts and stayed there, and then had the opportunity to move over to Seattle when Winovus and I started talking. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, you talk about Russell Wilson, Bobby Wagner, the great wide receivers that they have there in Lockett and DK Metcalf. So kind of outside of my style because I'm more of a run first type of coach. But I'm looking forward to playing in the NFC West, which is definitely right now one of the toughest divisions with D Money in there, and then you got Shock's fan there at the Rams, and his 299 Madden 99 club Madden players, and then you can't forget Double Null with the 49ers and that great team. So, but yeah, looking forward to running with the Seahawks this year with you guys and having some fun.
Coach Bill, talk to me about what excites you the most about taking over these Seahawks.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of talent on this team. I mean, Russell, he's top 5 quarterback, it looks like this year in Madden 22. And then, having the talent on the outside with those 2 wide receivers with DK Metcalf and Lockett. I mean, again, like I mentioned, I'm more of a run first type coach, but having the ability to throw the ball outside the numbers with those 2 guys, with Russell Wilson behind center. I mean, that's I'm looking forward to that opportunity. And then Chris Carson, running back there, he's a solid back, and he hopefully I can have enough balance, and that's one of the things I want to try to concentrate on mostly this year is keeping balance on offense. Running the ball, passing the ball. And then the defense, that defense, you got Bobby Wagner, he was in the 99 Madden 99 club a couple of years ago. He's still elite middle linebacker there, and then Jamal Adams patrolling the back, the back end of the defense. I'm looking forward to the strengths are probably going to be, linebacker, defensive back, middle of the field there. So, looking forward to it.
Bill, talk about some of your concerns. You've been a really great GM that knows how to build a great defense, kind of taken over a pretty good defense, but with some weapons on offense. But what are the concerns that you have in Seattle?
Well, first off, with the team itself, it's going to be managing the cap. There's a lot of talent on this team, but there's a lot of guys on the last year, their contracts and a little bit older. So going to have to figure out, going into the first season, kind of who I want to spend the money on in terms of, keeping them around for the next 2 or 3 seasons, or who to let go, and see where I can fill in, backfill with kind of cheaper talent if possible. And then, so managing the salary cap is going to be one of the main things, but then also just dealing with, the other coaches within the division. Like I said, I mean, you're talking about D Money, who obviously, his name speaks for himself in terms of his ability within this league and what he's done. So he's obviously, the goal is to always try to at least, get 1 win season versus D Money when you're in the NFC West. And then, just overcoming the talent of the Rams and the 49ers as well. I mean, it's a really tough division. If you look at it, the Seahawks might be the least talented team in this division, even though they are a pretty talented team. So, it's going to be a tough task trying to navigate through the division, let alone the rest of the league.
Try not to make my guy 00 retire, please. Talk about what moves, Coach, you think you're going to need to make day 1 with the Seattle Seahawks.
I was looking over the roster once the ratings came out Friday night, and the roster's constructed as is right now. I mean, a lot of talent in certain places where I like to have it. I mean, I'm importing an outside linebacker, middle linebacker, and Marcus Ellis over from the Colts from last year. So linebacker is going to be a pretty much a strength for this team, as well as like the middle of the middle of the field in the secondary and the safeties and Jamal Adams and Quadri Diggs. So I think defensively going to be all right. It's going to be trying to maybe backfill on some of in the secondary around the cornerbacks. And then also the offensive line. I think a lot of coaches probably said that the offensive line is, going to be tough in terms of trying to build that up. But trying to find some pieces to fit in the offensive line. There's a couple of good guys in there, but they're a little on the older end, and they may be only sticking around for a season or two. So just trying to keep the offensive line in a stable state in order for the offense to be productive.
Bill, you did such a great job in Indianapolis last Madden. I don't know why. You had Seattle at one time, did you not? Or am I making this up in my head?
No, I think you might be confusing with Mo. I mean, I think Mo was pretty much Seattle until he took over the Giants. I had the Giants for a little. I had the Giants at one point, and then I had the Leadus. But
So this is that old brain, Bill. It just doesn't work like it's supposed to. Look, you're moving back over there to the AFC. You did a great job with Indianapolis, really building that into a super competitive team. But some would argue that the real competition sits in the NFC in this league and has for quite some time. Now, Penguins would argue that. He was pretty dominant last Madden, but it felt like he had a little bit easier road than some of these NFC guys. You're moving right in there. D-Money, D-Wayne, like some of these big guys are over here. What is the plan to keep this Seattle team competing with some of those top dogs?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, look, you can go through each division. And there are going to be top coaches there that have been here for a while, and you could say these are the guys that you need to beat in order to be the best. The NFC has a ton in terms of D-Money and a number of other guys. But to be honest with you, it's going to be like one game at a time. It's going to be, seeing if I can stay 500 within the division, and then, possibly, do a little bit better outside of the division and the conference, and try to get to that 9-7, 10-6, and maybe squeeze in, get into a playoff spot. But to be honest with you, it's just going to be one game at a time. Just try to take care of the division opponents. Take those guys one game at a time, and then everything else has just fall into place. I mean, at the end of the day, it's taking care of the ball, not turning the ball over, and getting defense off the field. And that's kind of what I'm going to prioritize going into this, is just cutting down on the turnovers and stopping people on third downs and try to get the ball back. So that's what
Coach Bill, thank you again, man. I'm so glad that you were able to join us. Bill's one of those guys that needed a little break, then Rube came back and just kind of like picked right up where he left off. And I cannot wait to see what you do with the Seattle Seahawks this past year. Pepper did a great job, man. He left that bar pretty high for you. So you've got a pretty high bar that you got to grab and keep on running with. So good luck to your Seattle Seahawks. And I told y'all, I knew this was going to happen. I said as soon as Priest shows up, he's going to be unmuted. He's going to be making all kinds of noise. I had to manually mute him. Now I'm going to manually unmute him. Priest, now you can unmute. Priest, welcome to the show. Poor Priest had to work late. He is making time for us with his Tinder photo that he sent me right here on our screen here. Priest is the coach of the Green Bay Packers, has been for a long time. Priest, thank you so much for making time for us, even on a really, really busy night for you. Let me give it to you for some opening statements about your Green Bay Packers.
You hear me? Yeah?
Yep, we got you, buddy.
All right. Well, the team, my defense, I'm loving. I think I'm going to have, if not the top three, the top two, even maybe number one secondary in the league to start out. So that's going to be key for me, is build my defense. I need some linebackers, I think, but I'm going to have Alexander. I got Stokes, the rookie. I'm bringing my import over, Jet, who's another CB. I got King, and then my free safety and my strong safety. And I got my ends. If I can just, everybody knows I like to throw the ball. So if I can just limit the turnovers, I think I can be in any game, really. but there's going to be some contracts that I'm going to have to deal with. A lot of people are coming up. I think Alexander's contract's coming up. Rogers' contract. I think there's a couple more. So it's going to be interesting to put the pieces together and see what I can do.
Priest, I got to tell you, in the chat right now, Mo dropped maybe the best line that I've heard here on the show. He said that your photo that you sent me is about a zillion times better than the draft photos that you send us whenever you draft a player.
That's good. I got it.
Coach, tell me, what are you most excited about with these Green Bay Packers in Madden 22?
Well, I got to play the beta, so I'm hoping it kind of plays the same way because they made running really fun, and it seems a little more realistic too, which I love. So I'm just looking forward to not throwing interceptions and staying in the game. I just hope that the beta can transform into something even better for us to play.
Well, yeah, I think I'm right there with you. Coach, what worries you the most about these Green Bay Packers as we move into Madden 22?
Me throwing interceptions. No, the linebacking crew, the linebackers. We signed a few new ones. I know I got Burks, who's always seemed to be like 69 overall, but get in the Pro Bowl every year. So I don't know how that works. But he's third string middle linebacker on the Green Bay roster right now. So I know the linebackers are a little weak, but with the front seven, like my front four, with my secondary, I'm hoping they can generate enough pass rush and then, get picks, lots of picks.
The interception quote by our guy, Coach Priest, is funny. For those of you who are not in the OMFL and just checking us out, which I appreciate, all my friends in League Crawler and CFM Network, Game Zone, and Soden, Mo, Bradley, all of you guys are awesome. Thank you for promoting our stuff. Priest is a gunslinger. Priest has no problem throwing 40 to 60 interceptions a year. That's just the type of gameplay he is. Priest, you are a wheeler and dealer. You don't mind going out there and making some moves if they're going to help your team. What moves do you think you're going to need to make day one with the Packers?
Well, Love's on the block, so anybody needs a quarterback, come on over. King will be on the block. Come on over. I definitely want a stud linebacker, but I like to do that in the draft. So unless there's somebody that interests my mind, I'm probably going to go draft. That's a fun time. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be seeking a middle linebacker and probably a left or right outside linebacker. So if anybody needs a quarterback or a secondary, hit me up.
Coach Priest, a two-part question to wrap us up. Aaron Rodgers is getting older. You got a big contract there. Lucky for you, this whole real-life contract situation isn't something that you'll have to deal with, but you are going to have to give this guy a contract. What is the plan at quarterback? And the part two is the quarterback play. How are you going to cut down on your turnovers? Because I've always said about you, if you could ever just stop turning the ball over, you'd be a top 12 coach in this league. So what are you going to do to stop the turnovers? And B, what are you going to do about Aaron Rodgers and the quarterback situation?
For the quarterback situation, it depends what he does his first year. It's weird. Like I had that Kerr quarterback for the last 2 or 3 years, and I threw 25 less interceptions than I did with Rodgers. So, like, if Rodgers, maybe he's just not for me in the game, and if that's the case, he'll be gone the first year. And I probably get a buttload of picks for him and just get a QB from the draft. That's what was the second question?
How you going to keep the turnovers down and not turn the ball over as much?
Well, I went from, like you said, 45. I think my last season I threw 29. You got to take the sack. It's so bloody hard. Like I bet you 50% of my interceptions, after I do it, I'm like, why did I just throw that? Like you see it, but you throw it anyway. It's mind-boggling sometimes. But then on the other 50%, they come up with a catch, and you're like, how the hell did they just catch that? So I lean more towards having fun than winning. That's why I throw so much, I think. But if the running game plays like it did in the beta, I'll be doing more of that.
Well, Coach Priest, thank you for being
I
with
do
us
have
tonight.
one
Go
more
ahead.
thing and that's from good old Lions. I seen him chirping a bit on his little media podcast. He has beat the Bears, me, and the Vikings the majority of the time, but I got a little something for him. Who won the last game? I did. That's because Nate made me play linebacker, and he couldn't throw to his tight end. So if he can't change his gameplay, he's not going to be winning many games.
Already, the smack talk begins even here at OMFL Media Days. Again, Coach Priest, thank you so much for being with us. I know tonight was a really busy night for you, and I do appreciate you jumping on. I'm glad that you were able to make it. That's going to wrap it up for OMFL Media Days, but we're going to jump right into Press Pass Live and keep the show rolling. So let's go ahead and do something new. I think my guy, listen to me, Winovus definitely is here, but my guy Maniac is here. So every single end of the Madden cycle, our guy Maniac would release the OMFL top 25 coaches or 20 coaches or something like that. Well, this year he just didn't have the time to invest to do that many coaches, but I was able to twist his arm just enough to get him to talk about the top 10 coaches. And he actually, because I have seen this out in the community, he was already making OMFL playing cards for some of his players. We've got the Hall of Fame coming up. He actually made a playing card for his player that he nominated for the Hall of Fame, and we're hoping to announce those by next Sunday. And so I told him, I showed him some of the graphics out there, and I said, hey, you should just take your playing card idea, you know, see these graphics, which I think actually came from Bradley over the CFM network and Elite. And I was like, just make your top 25 coaches like this. It'll save a little bit of the work from all the write-ups that you do, and we can unveil them on a Press Pass Live, and that's what we're going to do right now. So this is our top 10 coaches. We're going to go 10 through 6 tonight, and then I've got a special announcement to kind of wrap things up before we get out of here. So let's go ahead, Coach Maniac, before we get going and we unveil number 10, give us maybe an overview of what you were thinking, or kind of how did the OMFL top coaches come to be?
Well, this started, I guess, about 3 Maddens ago, where kind of had the idea from the top 100 players from the NFL, and I thought, you know, that'd be kind of cool to incorporate that somehow within the league, and so we had done like the vote through the community and stuff to get through the top 25. I think is what I started out with, and then last year I think I did top 20, but again, like you said, you know, this year you kind of twist my arm and said, hey, let's not give up on it, so let's do the top 10, and but you know, I thought it was really cool, but last year we kind of had a little bit dip in guys participating in the vote and stuff. So I just said, well, you know, maybe this year we just I'll do it myself, and then we can kind of reveal them, and then guys in the chat, you know, if you have a say on something, or on a rating that I've given these guys, which how it kind of works, how I've got it set up. I've got each coach numbered 10 through 1, and then I've also given them ratings on 6 different categories, 99 being the most, and of course 1 would be the worst. And then we take those categories and then add them up, and then divide those by the amount of categories, and that's what we get the overall for. So it was kind of fun doing all these, and I kind of like how the graphic turned out with Madden 21 being really heavy on the X factor and stuff. That's kind of where I got the vision with the X in the back of the card there and stuff. So I'm really excited to reveal these to the community.
Yeah, I thought you did great on the graphic, and I can't wait to. So we're going to jump right in. So here's what we do. We'll do 10 through 6 tonight. We'll save 5 through 1 for next Press Pass Live next Sunday night. We'll talk about each of these. We'll go through them. We'll get Maniac to give his thoughts about them. We'll be reading the chat while Maniac goes through them. Maniac, you're like me. You could turn a sentence into a novel. So we can't go 20 minutes on each card, but if we can keep it to like 5 minutes each or 3 minutes each, something like that. And then after that, I have a special Hall of Fame announcement. We're going to honor somebody, and then we will move on and wrap it up for the rest of the show. So at number 10, here we go. Drum roll. We got Mr. Denbrew of the Cincinnati Bengals now. He's now with the Cincinnati Bengals. He was with the Minnesota Vikings. We got 86 on activity, 85 on confidence, 95 on sportsmanship, 95 on football IQ, and 89 on team building. Denbrew coming in at number 10. Maniac, give us some of your thoughts about how you got here.
Well, Denver was with the Vikings, and I just like made the connection, like, oh, he wasn't the Bengals and stuff. So, but I know the Bengals are his favorite team, but Denver is really a student of the game. Like he is so hardcore, and just looking back on all the games that I can mentally remember that he participated in Madden 21. It seemed like the guy lost so many games by just a field goal or 1 point or at the last second interception or a last second touchdown score. In fact, the game that I played him in one of the games and stuff, I scored a touchdown. I think like with 1 second left. So and he dominated the complete game all the way up until like the last 2 minutes of the game. So he kind of had a rough outing last year, but he was so tough and he was so hard to play, and he's always that really tough competitor. And the one rating I didn't hear you read off was stick skills.
Stick skills, yeah, I had it covered up. I'm moving the graphics now because I realized I had that one covered up.
But I try to go through each one of these, and I know like. Again, ratings are in the eyes of the beholder. Every time Madden comes out with a rating, I can critique every attribute on every player if I wanted to and stuff. So, and that's what guys here. You see those ratings and stuff. Hey, say, hey, well, I feel like Denver might be an 88 stick skill or a 90 stick skill. So, but I really try to go through with my experiences of watching the guys play, and then also my experiences with playing head to head with him and stuff. And this is what I came out with for his ratings. And an 89 overall at number 10, Denver, you are a true competitor here in the OMFL.
Yeah, he is one of my favorite people here. Thank you so much for making this. I'm going to make these smaller as we go. I was trying to cover the whole screen. Just going to freaking put them in the center here. When you did something, you put too many messages back to back or something because you got yourself deleted. I don't know what happened there. But Denbrew, I do agree. Just one of my favorite humans here. And I just think did such a great job with the Minnesota Vikings. And yeah, I think this is a really good pick for team number 10. The only one I would push, and Denver scares me a little bit because we had like this really tough conversation when he was early here, and he kind of set me straight because he's a military guy. But it gained so much respect for him out of that conversation, and I feel like we've become good friends since that conversation. But the 86 activity, Denver's quiet, right? He's the behind the scenes guy, doesn't say too much, but maybe that one's just a hair high. I feel like I'm having to pick these apart. All right, number what are we? A number? Go ahead.
No, I was going to say no. That's good. My deal with the activity was because Denver took care of so many
Yes, he did.
The IT things behind the schedule, behind the scenes and stuff, So that's kind of the reason why I went with the 86. I think I originally had him at an 83, but I changed it to 86. Talked myself into 86 for the activity, but that's definitely debatable.
I definitely love Denver to death, so hopefully it doesn't come beat me up. Number 9, I put it up before we started talking, but we got our guy, Mr. Maniac. I know that this had to drive you insane because I know anytime I got to do anything about me or my team or my ratings, that's like the hardest thing in the world to do. But we got 87 overall, 86 at the stick steals, 76 activity. And tisk, that's a little tough on you. 83 on confidence. I'd maybe flop those two. You're confident sometimes. 88 on sportsmanship, 92 football IQ, and 95 team building to an 87 overall. Yeah, even Mo in the chat is saying, come on, 76 in the activity. That's a little hard. I'm not going to ask you to break down your own. I definitely think that you are a top 10 owner here. I do think 76 is a bit rough. Look, life takes you away. What was the number? 120 or something band members the other day? What was the number?
It was 89.
Okay, 89, still close enough, right? 89 band members that you were taking care of. You were super involved in your son's football career. Just like you're very, very busy. You still make time to do some Tony Bonos, or you make some time to do some articles. There's always some fun stuff coming from Maniac. Now, maybe that confidence is a hair high because sometimes you are pretty rough on yourself. But when you are rolling well and your team is rolling really good, your confidence is really high, and then sometimes that confidence takes a dump if you get a couple of bad plays against you. But I think this is right where you should be. It's going to be a shame not having you in Carolina anymore, and you are now going to be, where are you now?
In Minnesota.
Minnesota, that's right. So maybe we will still get to play a little bit. But number 9, Coach Maniac. I'll give it to you if you want to. Anything you want to say about your card?
No, I was gonna say I actually had my confidence like at 67 when I first made the card, and I think even my son was kind of like, he gave me the eyebrow like, you're probably a little bit more confident than that, but yeah, it is very difficult to give yourself a rating, and I had also had thrown it back and forth about not even putting me in the top 10, but I do have to say that I did win 4 division championships within Madden 21, so I kind of said, well, I probably, if it was somebody else, they'd probably put me in the top 10, and so I kind of felt like I fit in this category right here, that spot. So that's how I ended up at number 9.
Nope, I totally agree with it. Totally support it. That's going to bring us to number 8, Mr. Mo. This is the one. We got to get a little GIF action going there. This is the one. I was like, when Wynn sees this, he's going to be like, wait a second. That looks like somebody else that we know. Mo, you just look like another Hall of Fame owner here. His name was Dunlap. I forgot his name for half a second. Thank you for sending in your picture. That really made my heart smile. Man, my goodness, we're at number 8, friends. We're at number 8. I'm going to say that one more time. We're at number 8, and that dude is 95 overall. 95 sticks. I had a stroke there. 95 stick skills, 90 activity, 96 confidence. That one may have been a 99. 95 sportsmanship. Unless he plays me, I get lucky and have his number once every century, and you'd swear that like he can't beat anybody. 95 football IQ and 99 team building. Absolutely agree with this one. Walk us through this one, Mr. Maniac. What were you thinking when you built this one out?
This one was a tough one because Mo is so good, and I know he kind of struggled to get, once he got into the playoffs and Madden 21, to really kind of make anything happen. It was also the first time he got to play with his favorite team, and but the 95 overall, and really the overalls, we may get to the just to kind of throw this out there, we may get to number 1, and number 1 may not be 95, maybe only 92. So the overall doesn't actually throw in what the position of the player or the coach is going to be in the top 10. But what can you say about Mo? He is the the main guy competitor I've had to face in the playoffs. I think I've faced Mo in the playoffs about 80% of the times I've made the playoffs, and I think I've maybe beat him twice. And so he's really tough. He's the consummate, really a top coach. I say a top coach here, and those stick skills 95. I had him going back from between like 93 to 96, 97, and I felt like 95 was, kind of the good sweet spot there. Activity, Mo usually for the first 5 seasons, and he is putting out content like crazy, and then usually the last season he's traveling, doing vacationing and stuff. So I really feel like the activity 90 being great, and his confidence. He's been down a few times before, but I've never. He's always pretty even keel. So I felt like 96 was where he needed to be. Always a good sportsman, and his football IQ. Really, and when he talks, X's and O's, you can tell right off the bat he knows what he's talking about. And team building, I mean, this is the guy that built the '99 team, with the Seahawks 2 Maddens ago, and just dominated the whole league. So this guy knows how to build teams.
Could not disagree with anything that you put here. Will go down as a top 5 owner in OMFL history, and we do look forward to the day that he can come and rejoin us. So that's number 8. Let's move on to number 7. It looks like my internet took a little sneeze there, but it looks like we're back strong again. At number 7, we got Coach Ross. This is the picture. I was like, that is not the picture that I expected to see. I haven't heard Coach Ross's voice. I haven't seen his photo. I'm a big fan of Coach Ross. He's putting himself out there with content. We got 90 overall at number 7, 84 stick skills, 98 activity, 79 confidence, 97 sportsmanship, 91 football IQ, 94 team building. One of the most dedicated, straightforward owners that you will ever meet. A diehard Alabama and Miami Dolphins fan. I'd say that why can't I say stick skills tonight? I just can't. A little low, I think, maybe a hair more. I'd probably give him like 87, 86, somewhere in there. Confidence, I probably would tend to agree with that one. But tell me, where did we get here with Coach Ross?
All right, Ross, I've known since the Deuce. That's kind of where he started out from, and I've known from our discussions and stuff with him and I talking and stuff. He doesn't have a lot of confidence in his stick skills, so that's kind of the reason why I got the low end on both of those. But watching his games and stuff, he was another one of those, just like Denbrew. He was competitive probably in 95, 96% of his games throughout Madden 21, and he was second to Denbrew with all the last second losses and just things that just the tip interception in the game, just all the things that could go wrong went wrong for Ross in Madden 21. But his activity is off the charts. I mean, he is putting out content, and if you he's got a YouTube page, he's got stuff that he puts out for not only for the league but his little league team that he does stuff for. I mean, it's phenomenal what he does. One of the best sportsmanship players that we have here. He's always talking up X's and O's, and he's the type of guy that likes to run the ball. And his team building skills are, again, one of the top guys, because I believe if I remember right, he won the top draft, I believe, 2 or 3 seasons out of Madden 21. So that's where that team building went there with 94.
He just looks like a Bama fan. Like if I drew a Bama fan from memory, it would probably come out looking just like this. And that whole thing about best draft, I think he cheated Daddy Lee somehow. I don't know. The Eagles and Lost Sniper had some really good drafts. No, Ross drafted exceptionally well. He's actually working on our big import reveal video right now, and hopefully he'll have that finished here pretty soon. And usually he's here in chat and he's chirping away with us, but I know he's not here tonight. Really appreciate Ross and all the hard work. The next one, 2 of these top 6 have made me a little sad here, or top 5, I should say. They've made me a little sad because they're no longer with us. And I mean, they're here, they're alive, they didn't die. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, but they're just not going to be able to stay in the OMFL thanks to some babies. There's babies ruining daddy time. And number 6, it's our guy Dawson. We gotta give Dawson a Mike Thomas here. One of my favorite humans. Look how good this man looks. This man looks good in his suit.
He looks sharp.
And he looks real. Like I feel like I need to go do something with my life looking at this photo. 90 overall at number 6, 85 stick skills, 87 activity, 83 confident. That's high. Dawson is tough on himself. 98 sportsmanship, I would agree with. 92 football IQ, 94 team building. Maybe a little higher on that team building. He is a very good team builder, but he also knows how to just kind of play with what he was given. Dawson is going to be leaving us like Mo is. Unfortunately, both of these guys are going to stay in our community, and when the babies allow their lives to settle down, hopefully they'll be able to come back and rejoin us. It was so good. Dawson kind of flip-flopped with us. He retired for a bit and then fake retired and then almost retired and then did retire and then came back, and he had some success. And that's why I give him a low confidence, because if he ain't winning, he ain't staying. And I don't blame him. It's got to be fun. But poor Dawson. I'm going to miss you, Dawson. Just one of my favorite humans here and one of our Arkansas buddies, best friends with our guy, D. Wayne. Tell us, how did you get here with Mr. Dawson?
Well, Dawson, he had a resurgence with the Titans. I think this team really fit his style. I know he's a Packer fan in real life, and of course, Priest is not going to. He's got a stranglehold on the Packers, so
yeah, he's never letting those go.
But this team, I think, was probably the best fit for Dawson, and it really showed in Madden 21. He was, I don't know exactly. I couldn't find the exact number on how many times he won the division, but I do know he was at the top every season that we played in Madden 21, and he finally made it to the OMFL Bowl against Dwayne, the Dakota Bowl, to finish out Madden 21. Played a really good game, but his stick skills, again, 85 seems kind of like around that range is where I've got some of the 10 through 6 area, and I know that kind of seems like maybe kind of redundant, but all these guys are good with their stick skills to that point. Activity, Dawson did have some really good articles and different things throughout the season. And in confidence, I do believe you're correct, because at first I did have his confidence put in at like a 76. That's
and then you felt bad.
Yeah, and I felt bad. So then I changed it. But probably with my first overall gut feel on that would have probably been more accurate. Sportsmanship, again, you can't find one of the better sportsmen in this league. Every time I've played Dawson, he's always been gracious, and if I ever did anything wrong, it wasn't come out and get after me or nothing like that. We'd have a discussion, and he'd be like, dude, it's nothing, just whatever, but he's always been that sportsman and showed that sportsmanship in the league. Football IQ, if anybody is friends with Dwayne, you got to have football IQ, because I know Dwayne is very high with football IQ. I've talked with him a lot, and I know Dawson knows football, and it shows with the game plan that he put into action here in Madden 21. And team building, I went back and forth. I did have him actually at, I believe it was 89 or 90, 91, somewhere in there at first. But then I started thinking about how Dawson built this team, and I kind of had to check myself because, you know, I started thinking about team building and think solely upon the draft. But Dawson made a lot of moves getting high-end players to come in and with trades and stuff to get on his team, and he really built a core nucleus with that roster, not just only in the draft, and he still had some decent draft picks, but he also wasn't afraid to go out and make those trades to get those type of players that he felt like would build his team and make them better, and it really showed with his roster build.
Couldn't disagree with any of that. And I think it's spot on. A great top five. As commissioner of this place, it makes me proud to say those are our top five. I'm excited to see who the next five are. And these are two humans that we are greatly going to miss. I tried to beg both of them to stay. I literally made Dolphin. What? I need to go to bed. I made Dawson tell us literally 6 times to his best friend, because I sent D-Wayne to go deliver the messages. I made him tell D-Wayne 6 times that he had to quit, that he could not stay. That's how badly I wanted both him and Mo to stay. But I do know that these guys are going to make it back. Thank you so much, Maniac, for doing that. Maniac and Win, please feel free to hang out with me as I talk about my last subject. Then we're going to wrap it up. A little bit of a long show tonight. We're just going to blame Brady for a 4-hour OMFL news session at the very beginning. And then Win, right before we get out of here, I'm going to toss it over to you because I want you to tell people about the head coach series that you did, comparing it to Madden, some things that it can learn. So we'll come back to that at the very end. So we announced yesterday one of the guys that I asked to make sure he was here in chat, and that's our buddy Mo. Mo, unfortunately, I shouldn't say that. That's not fair. I got to fix my language. It's not unfortunate. It's unfortunate for us that we were losing him, but he had a baby, man. It's great for his family. He's a very, very, successful, that's the word I'm looking for, business owner in California, and life is just going to cause him to move away. Same thing with Dawson. His wife is going to be having a baby very soon, and he just wants to get his feet wet, first-time dad, get it figured out, and then he'll be able to come back. So with that said, anytime an owner goes ahead and retires because of life or things happening, usually that immediately puts them up for Hall of Fame owner possibilities, and that is only decided by me. I have ran this place for over 20 years. Sorry, I'm going to keep that one to myself. And so I decide what the OMFL Owners Hall of Fame is, and I decided that Mo 100%, probably 1,000%, deserved being put into the Hall of Fame. And so I just want to make a special announcement. I think I might freeze this up, so hopefully it does not crash on us. One quick second. Why is this not working the way it's supposed to? Sorry, team. I don't know why. I was trying to put up not crash. Friends, I don't know what happened. OBS just said, I'm crashing. And it did. It literally crashed twice back to back. But we're back now. And you should all see me. And here we go again. We're going to do this again. I don't know why. But anyway, I was trying to put up my stupid PlayStation 4 screen because I was going to show you guys all about Mo's team that he built. And for some reason, OBS and my capture card are not playing well tonight. So we're not even going to try it for a third time. But Mo is our newest OMFL Hall of Fame owner, and he is super well deserved. Maniac talked about him with the card coming in at number 8, I think it was. Mo was just one of those guys who, number one, we have a list of Mo rules here now, because if there was a loophole or something that can be taken advantage of, 90 center, oh, here's the 1 weak area, a 70 over right guard, a 71 overall right tackle. Outside of that, Everything else is exactly the same. 99 overall, Danielle Hunter, that he got from the Vikings. A 86 overall rookie, Antoine McCray at right end. No, it's not. It should be a good win. I see y'all's message. Hopefully everybody's good. Just restart the app, maybe, Outlaw, if you can hear me, even though it says I'm repeating. Now you guys got me wondering. Now I gotta pull it up.
Well, the only reason I was watching, I'm watching live, and it started to circle.
Oh,
so.
No, I'm good. I just looked, and it looks like it's good. He had his linebackers weren't that great. He had a middle linebacker, 90 overall, a right outside linebacker, 80 overall. Here's his cornerbacks, 89 and 85. I think he had even another guy so what we do in the OMFL is after the last season, we sim the off season, we do a draft, and then we get it to the preseason, and then we stop. And so during that simmed off season, he may have lost some players. 90 overall free safety and a 94 and 87 overall strong safety. I mean, this guy literally built one of the top defensive lines that we have ever seen in the OMFL, one of the best defenses that we've ever seen in the OMFL. He had an amazing running game, an awesome passing game. I mean, Mo just did everything really, really, really well. And on top of that, he was a good dude. He was super active. He was all about our league. You know, some guys here are really awesome, and they really add a lot here, but they play, 19 other leagues, right? The OMFL is not their baby. It's not the thing that they put all their energy. Mo was never one of those guys. Ever since day one of joining our community, Mo was all about this community and helping me build this community, and that just earned a lot of love and respect for me, even though we had our moments, right? We had our moments where we disagreed and we bumped heads and we figured it out together. And man, when Mo found a player on your team that he wanted, he was 100% a used car salesman. Man, he was sending you 50 messages. I don't know how he did this trick, but you felt bad about telling him no. Like, you put in so much work trying to get a deal work that you felt like you had to say yes. Oh, you want Mike Thomas for a 7th rounder? Okay, I guess I'm going to have to do it. Like, I don't know why I have to do it, but yes, I post it. I'll do it. Just for the love of God, leave me alone, Mo. Please don't ever send me another message. Like, that was Mo, though. He's just dedicated to this place. And Outlaw right there said he would trade Mo his son. Mo was just that kind of guy, and we're gonna miss him. Hopefully, he will still find opportunities to stay connected. He will be in our Discord. Hopefully, he'll come pop in some shows from time to time. And as soon as he had some opportunity, he will come and rejoin us. Yeah, I know you definitely, Mo, lost some players here, but I couldn't put it on the screen, so it doesn't really matter. But I just want to brag on your team building opportunities. And welcome to the OMFL Hall of Fame. Winovis is in the Hall of Fame. Maniac will be
I'm in the broadcaster's wing.
No, you're not. You're in the Hall of Fame. Dawson is in the Hall of Fame already. Who else is an owner here? Double Zero is in the Hall of Fame already. Trying to think who else is. If Pepper is not, Pepper will be. He's just been here for so long. I gotta put him in. I think Bill is in the Hall of Fame here already. And so you're in there with some really good company. Who's that?
I think Dwayne also, I believe.
Yeah, I'd say I think I put Dwayne in just because anybody who's that nice to me and stayed here as long as Dwayne has to be my right hand man deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. It is so funny because I know Outlaw is such like a pure guy. I see him in chat. It's just so funny to see Outlaw say that him and Mo are close friends, because there was definitely some times where him and Mo were not close friends, and it's funny. It's still funny to see him and Bill like talk, because those two, man, there was some tense moments with both of those guys. But welcome to the OMFL Hall of Fame, Mo. You're going to be missed, buddy, but you're going to be a great dad, and I know that you're going to get that figured out. It was funny that your wife told you you'll never get it figured out. Trust me, you'll get it figured out, and you'll be back before you know it. Yes, you have to buy your own jacket. I'm sorry, we don't have that kind of budget here, but I do appreciate you. We will miss you greatly, and we will still accept your platinum donations here. And maybe if you do that, I can get you a jacket. Maybe we can make that work out. I don't know about jacket, but I can get you a shirt. That's what I should do. I should create, because we can put our own merch. I should create an OMFL Hall of Fame shirt. And if you donate and make the Hall of Fame, then I'll buy you a shirt and I'll send it to you. maybe we can make that happen. Guys, I'll turn it over to you. Win, I know you don't really know Mo. You're new coming back here, but Maniac, any last thoughts about our buddy making the Hall of Fame? And then I'm going to get one of us to say a little something about some content he's been working on, and then we're going to go ahead and put a bow on the show.
Well, I would definitely say that it is well deserved for Mo. He's been. I'm going to miss him because he has been my thorn in my side in the playoffs pretty much every season except for a couple. And but well deserved Mo, and hopefully maybe I can pick your brain maybe, since you're not in the league at the moment. And
I got first dibs. Matter of fact, I may pay him. I may buy him a shirt just so he can come online during the off season and just go here's my list of players. You go make that happen for me, please.
Just go GM mode, man. Just GM mode.
I got to be careful though, because if I start doing that, I know Winovus is going to sign up for that in a heartbeat, and I can't allow that. I need Winovus of the stick skills.
I'll sign Mo up to play for my games.
That would be a dangerous crew. Winovus GMing and Mo at the six skills, even though I could see there would be some GM head coach headbutting there, because Mo's pretty passionate about his deals that he makes. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. What a great another OMFL Media Days followed by Press Pass Live. Thanks to my guy Maniac. We do have a great idea for an interview with me. Winovus came up with an awesome idea. He's got some questions for me. We're going to save that for our very last OMFL Media Days, and he's going to do a little interview with me as commissioner of the league. And then when we're going to come back after that and finish our 1 to 5 OMFL top 10 coaches, and then we're also going to do our reveal show. I'm seeing Discord right now. Ross has sent me a handful of messages, and so we'll make sure that we check out those messages. I know that Ross is working on that, and we'll make sure that we get everybody ready for our reveal show of our imports. And then after all of that, we're going to come back and we're going to break them division by division on Press Pass Live and just talk about storylines and coaches and rivalries and things that we might see happen in each one of these divisions, all building up to a release of Madden 22 in the next 3 weeks. It should be a ton of fun. And then we're going to have a good span of probably 4 weeks is my assumption of just gameplay, test franchises, go find the bugs, go figure out what settings we want, and then we'll wait for that scouting to drop before we get started. Winovus, you did a great series. I had so much fun making your thumbnails. I hope that you do like them. I made Winovus some thumbnails for our playlist for some content he's been making for us. Tell everyone about the 3-part series that you did with head coach, comparing it to lessons that it could learn, or Mag could learn from head coach 09, and then tell them about your Kraken franchise, your head coach franchise, and all the content that you've been creating for us.
Oh man, I'll try and keep it brief. The head coach stuff.
There's no need to lie, Win. Okay, just be you.
I said I'll try and keep it brief. I didn't say I'd succeed. The head coach series kind of boiled out of a series that I started with NHL as far as ideas that the Madden franchise could take from franchises that they've either had under their wing or have under their wing in the EA Sports area. NHL was the first thing I did. I did a couple videos on that, and then when I finally got the capture card for head coach for the PS3, I could do some head coach stuff, which is what I really wanted to do, because there's a ton of stuff that head coach could pull or could be brought over to Madden from head coach 09 that would just totally benefit the franchise. The 3 videos that are currently out there are the expanded player cards, the the undrafted undrafted free agents and rookies being basically hidden, not only their potential but their ratings and everything. And I struggle to remember what the third one was, but I know there's going to be a fourth one out there soon. Hopefully within the next couple of days. I'm planning on recording it tomorrow or Tuesday, and that's about playbooks. Because in that game you could create not only a playbook just about from scratch, but you could also draw up your own plays. Not only could you draw up your own plays offline, like not in the game, but you could actually draw them up during a game. So you could take a play in your playbook and form it up. And I think my headset's probably about to die soon, so I'm going to have to hurry up real quick. But you basically, you can actually drop a play while you're in the middle of the game. So you can actually basically, bottle caps and sticks and twigs and draw the play up. And if it works, you can save it to the playbook as something completely different. So that's something I'm looking to add probably in the next couple of days. Seattle Kraken franchise, I'm about 29 episodes in. We're finishing up year 3, of the franchise. We've won the Stanley Cup in our second year as a Seattle Kraken, so that was nice as a team that's not really the best team on paper, but we actually performed well in the playoffs. So I've been doing that, enjoying that franchise. I especially like doing the commentary over it. That's been a lot of fun for me personally during the playoffs. I basically do game breakdowns, and if it goes to overtime, I actually go in and actually watch the game and commentary over it. So that I've enjoyed that. Hopefully, guys that have watched that have enjoyed that as well. And then I did start a head coach franchise. It has been plagued with a lot of audio issues that I've finally figured out everything on. But we are finishing up week 4 of the preseason. I believe that video is out there now, or will be out there in the next day or two. I think it actually launched on the 31st, actually. But I'll also be recording some content this week to go week 1, week 2 of the season. This will be my last week of kind of heavy hitting on the recordings, because starting August 9th, I go back into school mode. I teach at a community college, and we report back for convocation and meeting with fellow instructors on August 9th to start back our school year on August the 16th. So trying to get some content in the bag before that happens, but I've really enjoyed the feedback I've gotten on head coach on that particularly. I got a little bit on the Kraken, who's mainly been head coaches in the popular thing. And I do plan on doing some other head coach franchises in the future, especially now that I've got the audio issues worked out and figured out. Maybe do some editing, try and work on some editing to make them shorter, and hopefully guys are enjoying the content. So
I love it. That's the thing about content, man. You got to go mess it up a whole bunch before you get it figured out, but that's the fun part, and I appreciate you being back, not only as my cousin and family member, but the content and the stuff that you create. And I just love watching all this stuff. So thank you so much. Maniac, if you're still here, I think you're still here. Give us any insight that you can give us to what to expect for the top 5 coaches next week.
Well, top 5, 5 through 1 will be released next Press Pass Live. And it's probably not going to be turning out the way you think. So there may be some kind of some head scratchers, and there may be some community controversy. I don't know if that'd be the right way to put it, but definitely there could be some different ways it could have went. But I'm excited to reveal those to you guys and see what everybody says about it.
And thank you both so much. I put in a lot of work, and guys here know how much work I have put in. Look, the last 2 years learning how to do all this, and even tonight OBS was like, I don't care, I'm crashing. I do all of this for you guys. I've invested a lot into this, but it's so much better when I have other people that are also putting out content. So I appreciate you both for the content that you've been creating. Thank you so much. Let me tell you what I've got coming up. I'm going to share a quick thought, and then I'm going to let you all out of here for those of you who hung in here this long. Number 1, we're 142 away from our next sub goal. So if you have not subscribed, please do so. And if you are here, do me a favor, stop right now, close the chat. Go up to the little thumbs up, hit the thumbs up like button, okay? That helps us out so very much. And make sure to share out our content if you enjoy this. OMFL News, Grown Folks News. OMFL News is Brady's thing. Grown Folks News drops every time that we get Madden, NCAA, WWE, Battlefield, and PUBG. I know I'm forgetting something in there, but anytime we get some like sports gaming news or shooter news, we try to make some content around that news. Either myself or my guy Pootie T comes and helps me with that. And here soon, I know it, I'm going to get Win and others to come and help me produce that content, so I don't have to be the only moron trying to do this. I need some other morons to come help me. Let me tell you what I've got coming up. We've got 2 new media days, OMFL Media Days, scheduled. As of right now, there are last 2, but there's still 4 or 5 more owners out there who have not signed up. And if you 5 can sign up, we would have all 32. So Win is already cracking the whip on me, and I'm having to turn around and crack the whip on you. We're 3 weeks from release. That means you got to get involved. It's time to get back engaged, get plugged in. I sent out some messages, but I'm going to have Rob and Ross on the next OMFL Media Days, which will take place this coming Saturday at 8 a.m. Central. And then that next Sunday, before Press Pass Live, we will have what is officially right now, it may change, but right now, our last OMFL Media Days, which will consist of Colin, Nipples, and Panther Nation, a brand new owner here. You talk about a crazy crowd. I cannot wait for all of you to meet Nipples on audio. I, of course, have dealt with him before because he used to be a part of our wrestling league, and he is a ham, and he's just got a great personality. I cannot wait for all of you to meet him, and I can't wait for you to see Colin's picture. You think he's intense in chat, wait until you see his photo. And that's going to wrap it up for all of our OMFL Media Days. You've already heard about Press Pass Live. Just so much good stuff coming. I can't wait for you guys to come be a part of it, so keep coming back. One quick thought that I want to share with you. This is kind of part of what I add to as many of my streams as I can, and to be honest with you, I'm trying to lean into it more because it is part of who I am. It is part of what makes me who I am, and it's part of what makes this community this community. I don't know why my video is so choppy. I'm gonna figure it's this lens for some reason. I gotta get it figured out. I promise I'm gonna get this lens figured out because I really like this lens. It's a wide angle, so you get like a really neat view. But my other lens is really gorgeous, but it's just a little bit tighter. I don't know. I'm rambling now, but I'm going to get it figured out. I am also a pastor. I even heard my buddy Matt in League Crawler say this weekend, I am the unofficial CFM pastor. I do not think that I am, but I think that is kind of funny and makes me laugh. But I pastor and lead a small community called Home Church. It is a pretty different view of church. We actually do not have a building. We'll hopefully never own a building. We meet in homes. We meet in people's homes across our city, and hopefully one day this is very scalable and people can meet anywhere in the nation in their home. We meet over a meal. We have very real conversations. We turn on worship. We all kind of spend some time of worship together, let people worship how they want to worship, and then we just kind of open up the Bible and we talk about concepts, principles. What's it saying to you? What's it saying to me? And we just kind of walk it out together, and we let God do what he does really, really well when I don't mess it up as a person. And so I post also YouTube videos, which will be going under a rebranding in the next 2 weeks, going back to under my rebranding instead of my church community. But every single week I release 4 videos a week, sometimes 6 if I'm able to hit the mark, but at least 4 videos a week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And if I'm able to hit the mark, a little on Tuesday and a little on Thursday. And we just share short thoughts. We just share concepts. We try to take, I feel like my life mission is to take the simple principles of God and make them very applicable to our lives in a very like simple way. And so I've just taken you the super scenic route to say that the one that I'm chewing on right now is a series that we're going through about being whole. I believe that God wants us to be whole. We see it right now in the Olympics with Simone Biles needing to step back and step out of the Olympics. She just isn't right. You know, her mental health is a real thing. Athletes go through so much pressure so much training, so much with their body, and being able to have the self-awareness and the confidence to say, I'm not right, I'm not safe right now, I need to step out and get myself in a good place. And my wife and I were having this neat conversation today that it has given other opportunities for other women in gymnastics in the American team to step up and win goals that maybe they wouldn't have if Simone wouldn't have been brave enough to make this call. But to hear kind of the reactions in the sports world, you heard Brady talk about it on OMFL News. I think we are all seeking and looking to be whole. We want to just be whole. We want to be the fullest versions of ourselves. If we don't make enough money, we just feel like we're lacking there. If we don't live in a nice enough home, we feel like we're lacking there. If we feel like we don't have the right job, we feel like we just, there's more to us that we're trying to figure out, or whatever it may be. There's like this idea of lack in our lives, and a relationship with God means that like He wants you to be whole. And so we've been talking about being whole in your heart. And in Matthew 15, Jesus has this really neat interaction with the Pharisees where they were calling His disciples out for not washing their hands. There's a hot button topic right now with COVID, and they didn't wash their hands. And Jesus had this interaction about them where they were elevating these traditions to something that they weren't supposed to be. And Jesus says, look, that tradition's great, but like, what about these other traditions that actually are about relationships and people and loving one another? You've kind of elevated and you got this stuff out of balance. And He says this line to them. He says, Isaiah, the prophet in the Old Testament, he spoke well of you. He says, their mouths are close to me, but their hearts are far from me, right? Like they're saying the right things. They're saying to do the right things. They know scriptures, they know rules, they know traditions, but their hearts are far from me. And God wants us to live close to Him. He wants us to be whole in our heart, so that as we look at our lives, when we're in relationship with Him, that His life, the things that He brings into our lives, is flowing out of us into the lives of others. You'll hear a scripture all the time if you've been around Christianity at all, but it's this idea of a relationship with God brings this life into us that flows out of our hearts like living water. In other words, everything that our life touches, the people our life touches, the product, the companies, the relationships, the money, the finances, whatever it is that our life touches, our life is supposed to bring life to those things. And that only happens when I'm living a life of abundance, when I'm whole in my heart, when all of those gaps, when all of those shortcomings, when all those faults, when all those failures, when all of that guilt and shame, when all that is filled in with the love of God, when I'm in relationship with Him, and they are bringing life to those around me. God wants you to be whole. He wants me to be whole. He wants us to experience Him in a very whole way. If you're looking for some more content like that, Home Church 217 on YouTube, Home Church 217 anywhere on social media, homechurch217.com, and there's even an app, Home Church 217, anywhere that you download apps. I hope that blesses you. I hope that you have a great week. Thank you for hanging out with me at OMFL Media Days and Press Pass Live. Thank you to Maniac. Thank you to Wintervis, who I know his headset died and he needed to go for the night. Thank you to all of the guys who hung out with me tonight. I love doing this kind of content, but it is 11:51 and I got to go to bed. Have a great rest of your week. God bless you, and we'll see you. Peace.